Well, good evening, everyone. How are you tonight? Good. I'm so glad. Welcome to Christ Chapel and to our program called On the Move, presented by our big band and singers. We are so glad that you are here with us tonight as we swing into summer. We're so glad. We've got a great night planned with tunes and songs and jazz, maybe even a few fun facts for you. And our songs tonight all relate in some way to motion. Whether it's trains, planes, dancing, jumping, singing, our songs are on the move. Speaking of our theme, On the Move, did you know that Newton's laws of motion date back to 1687? Way before our first song was composed. Our first song is Jersey Bounce tonight. It's a song that was written by Tiny Bradshaw, Eddie Johnson, and Bobby Platter, with lyrics by Buddy Fane. It hit number 1 4 weeks in 1942 as an instrumental recorded by Benny Goodman and his orchestra. Of course, during that time was World War II, and the title was popular as a nickname for some of the aircraft of the day. We thought it would make a pretty fun opener, so sit back and relax and enjoy the band as we open things up with Jersey Bounce. Newton's first law states that if a body is at rest or moving at a constant speed in a straight line, it will remain at rest or keep moving in a straight line at constant speed unless it is acted upon by a force. I have no idea what that means, by the way. But just a few years after the Wright brothers solved this problem of getting something off the ground, air travel was born. Come Fly With Me is a 1958 popular song composed by Jimmy Van Heusen with lyrics by Sammy Cahn. It was written for Frank Sinatra and was the title track of his 1958 album of the same name. The song sets the tone for the rest of the album, describing adventures in exotic locales in Bombay, Peru, Acapulco Bay as the jet age began. It subsequently became part of Sinatra's concert repertoire and would feature in numerous performances. Well, tonight we have our own crooner, Trey Harris, to come sing Come Fly With Me.
Let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float to old Peru. In Lima Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's take up the blues. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear the angels cheer because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say those words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. So come fly with me, let's fly away. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may even hear the angels cheer because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say those words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's so perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away.
Take the A Train is a jazz standard by Billy Strayhorn that was the signature tune of the Duke Ellington Orchestra. Take the A Train was composed in 1939 after Ellington offered Strayhorn a job in his organization and gave him money to travel from Pittsburgh to New York City. Ellington wrote directions for Strayhorn to get to his house by subway. The directions began with the words, "Take the A Train." referring to the then new Subway service that runs through New York City. Well, we're going to keep this going, keep this thing moving, and hop on that jazzy train with our band as we take the A train. Thank you so much. We're sticking with our train motif for just a little bit longer. The song Night Train is a 12-bar blues instrumental standard, first recorded by Jimmy Forrest in 1951. An interesting fact about this song is that it has been recorded with several different lyrics through the years, ranging from the themes of regret over losing love to the more optimistic and hopeful themes, and I suppose that is true with trains, isn't it? They take you places. Some places you travel towards something, and some places you travel away or you leave. Either way, you're on the move with Night Train. And our band is back to take us there. This is Night Train. Well, not only can that guy play that trombone, Ken Ebo, thank you. Ken is really a renowned jazz educator and performer, and just so blessed to have him part of our ministry here at Christ Chapel. You may not know, oh, thank you, yeah, sure. Not only can he play, and not only can he sing, which you'll hear in a minute, but he can write. And this next one is an original composition of his, and he wrote it for our Texas Academy of Faith and Arts Jazz Ensemble here in Fort Worth, Texas. And the piece is called Swing Set, and it's meant to be a joyous reflection at the end of high school journey. It recalls younger student days on the playground when life was a little more carefree. And along the way, the melody adds a little change, representing the fact that as you progress in life, things don't always stay predictable, right? Life is on the move. But you can get through these times. You gotta stay focused and roll with the changes to keep from missing the beat. Here is the Christ Chapel premiere of Swing Set. Stompin' at the Savoy is a 1933 jazz standard composed by Edgar Sampson. It's named after the famed Harlem night spot, the Savoy Ballroom in New York City. Although the song is often credited to others, it was written and arranged by Sampson, Rex Stewart's alto saxophone. And funny enough, Sampson wrote the song when he was with Stewart's orchestra at the Empire Ballroom, and it was used as the band's theme until they broke up. After which, Sampson, the author, joined Chuck Webb's band. He took the song with him. I think that's pretty funny. Webb's recording rose to number 10 on the charts, and 2 years later, the piece was also done by Ozzie Nelson and Benny Goodman. So it's famous. Stompin' at the Savoy. Well, Newton's second law is a quantitative description of the changes that a force can produce on the motion of a body. It states that the time of rate of change of the momentum of a body is equal in both magnitude and direction to the force imposed on it. I don't know what that means. Although I did remember the equation. The only thing I remember from physics, high school, was force equals mass times acceleration. That's what that means. Benny Goodman, Duke Ellington, and Count Basie were incredible, huge jazz entities, and their impact created an undeniable force that we still enjoy today. Jumpin' at the Woodside is a song that was first recorded in 1938 by the Count Basie Orchestra and was considered one of the band's signature tunes. When it first released, it reached number 11 on the charts and remained on them for 4 weeks. Since then, it has become a frequently recorded jazz standard. The location in the title refers to the Woodside Hotel, which was located on 7th Avenue at 142nd Street in Harlem. The Woodside distinguished itself by becoming a popular place for jazz musicians and the Negro Baseball League teams to stay while they were in New York. The band stayed at the Woodside repeatedly and even rehearsed in the basement of the hotel. Singer Ella Fitzgerald also stayed at the Woodside in 1937 when the band was playing at the Roseland Ballroom. Quite the history. We go from stomping at the Savoy to jumping at the Woodside. Here we go. Don't Get Around Much Anymore is a jazz standard written by composer Duke Ellington. The song was originally entitled Never No Lament. Don't Get Around Much Anymore is pretty much better. It was first recorded by Duke Ellington and his orchestra in 1940, and it quickly became a hit after Bob Russell wrote its lyrics in 1942. Two different recordings of Don't Get Around Much Anymore by the Ink Spots and the 1940 instrumental by Ellington's own band, they both reached the number one on the U.S. chart in 1943. Both were top 10 pop records along with the version by Glenn Gray. Very popular song. The Duke Ellington version reached number 8 on the pop chart. Well, sometimes we don't get around much anymore, not quite as fast as we want to. But here's Paul Stumbo to sing about it. Don't get around much anymore. Paul, come on up.
Missed the Saturday dance, heard they crowded the floor, couldn't bear it without you, don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit a club, got as far as the door, they'd have asked me about you, don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind's more at peace, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? Been invited on dates, might have gone, but what for? Awfully different without you, don't get around much anymore. Couldn't bear it without you, don't get around much anymore. Have asked me about you, don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind's still at peace, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? Been invited on dates, might have gone, but what for? Very different without you, don't get around much anymore.
Thanks, Paul. Newton's third law states that when two bodies interact, they apply forces to one another that are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. The third law is also known as the law of action and reaction. Well, few composers have had the impact on music and film like John Williams has had. Certainly our orchestra loves to play his cinematic scores, but he wrote this, Swing, 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 for a 1980s movie called 1941. It was a comedy. The movie was so-so. The music, however, was fantastic. And John Williams wrote this as a bit of a tongue-in-cheek homage to the Benny Goodman song, Sing, Sing, Sing. It sounds, you'll hear the tones that sound quite a lot alike. But this is Swing, Swing, Swing. Not only is it a masterpiece of mimicking the style of the day, but it stands on its own as a great composition. Hope you enjoyed John Williams' Swing, Swing, Swing. Well, thank you so much. We are going to take a quick break. We would love to come back in about 15 minutes or so and play the rest of the concert for you. But while you're waiting for us, we have a survey for you to take. We'd love to hear what you have to say about tonight, about future events. Also, there's a bonus question where you can tell us your favorite song, and who knows, it may appear in the next program that we do. So appreciate you taking the survey. Take 15 minutes. We'll see you in a few. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful, responsive group tonight. Thank you. That really encourages us, creates a great evening for us all together tonight. Well, Newton's laws explain the motion of objects in physics, but what about love? How do we explain love? Well, it turns out that love has emotion all its own. It grows, it lasts, it goes through trouble, it even walks in. Love Walked In is a song composed by George Gershwin with lyrics by Ira Gershwin. And the tune was composed in 1930, but the lyric wasn't complete until the movie The Goldwyn Follies in 1938, where it was sung by Kenny Baker. Hit versions include Sammy Kaye, the Hilltoppers, Ella Fitzgerald, the Flamingos, and even Dinah Washington. This is Ken Ebo to sing Love Walked In. Come on, Ken.
Love walked right in and drove the shadows away. Love walked right in and brought my sunniest day. One magic moment and my heart seemed to know that love said hello. Though not a word was spoken, one look, and I forgot the gloom of the past. One look, I'd found my future at last. One look, I found a world completely new when love walked in with you. One magic moment and my heart seemed to know that love said hello. Though not a word was spoken, one look and I had found a world completely new when love walked in with you.
Well, we're going to continue with the wonderful love theme. Cheek to Cheek is a song written by Irving Berlin in 1934, specifically for the star of his new musical, Fred Astaire. The movie was called Top Hat, co-starring Ginger Rogers. In the movie, Astaire sings the song to Rogers as they dance. The song was nominated for the Best Song Oscar in 1936, which it unfortunately lost to Lullaby of Broadway. The song spent weeks on the charts, was named the #1 song of 1935, and Astaire's recording with the Leo Reisman Orchestra was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2000. In 2004, his version again appeared on the number 15 AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs survey of top tunes in American cinema. It has a lasting effect, Cheek to Cheek. If you're here with your significant other, squeeze their hand while Luann Stumble comes to sing it for us together.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm gambler's fancy street. When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it wouldn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Yes, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arm about you. The charm about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Come on and dance with me. I want my arm about you. The charm about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Out together dancing cheek to cheek. Out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Well, sometimes love starts to do little bit funny things. The next song, Love Me or Leave Me, is a popular song written in 1928 by Walter Donaldson with lyrics by Gus Kahn. The song was introduced in the Broadway musical Whoopee. Kids, that's a musical, not a whoopee cushion. Don't get confused. The musical opened in 1928. Ella Fitzgerald included this rendition on her 1962 Verve release, Ella Swings Brightly with Nelson, which won her Grammy Award in 1963. Here to come sing Love Me or Leave Me is Emily Bailey.
Love me or leave me and let me be lonely. You won't believe me and I love you only. I'd rather be lonely than happy with somebody else. You might find the nighttime the right time for kissing, but nighttime is my time for just reminiscing, regretting instead of forgetting with somebody else. There'll be no one unless that someone is you. independently blue. I want your love, but I don't want to borrow. To have it today and to give back tomorrow. I'd rather be lonely than happy with somebody else. There'll be no one unless that someone is you. I intend to be independently blue. I want your love, but I don't want to borrow. To have it today and to give back tomorrow. For my love is your love, there's no love for nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else.
A quick little departure from the normal repertoire. Hit the Road, Jack is a song written in the rhythm and blues by the rhythm and blues singer Percy Mayfield and recorded by Ray Charles. The song was a U.S. #1 hit in 1961, won a Grammy Award, and became one of Charles's singular songs. Sometimes love has motion, all right. That way. Hit the road, Jack. And yet, thankfully, sometimes love can be mended and returned. The band is back to celebrate with that with a new composition called Out of the Doghouse. It was written by Eric Morales. He's an American composer, conductor, and trumpeter. He's composed best-selling music for many types and genres, including classical, jazz, and commercial. He has over 150 publications, and his musical works encompass a large variety of styles and settings. His works have been featured in performances around the globe, and so we're grateful to play this arrangement. It's an original called Out of the Doghouse. So after love can hit the road and then get out of the doghouse, love is here to stay. That's a great motion. That's a popular song and jazz standard composed by George Gershwin for the movie The Golden Follies, as before. And it was first performed by Kenny Baker in the movie, but became popular when it was sung by Gene Kelly to Leslie Caron in the film An American in Paris in 1951. Love is Here to Stay was actually the last musical composition that George Gershwin completed before his death in 1937. Ira wrote the lyrics after his death as a tribute to his brother. Here to sing it is Lisa Garrett. Come on, Lisa, come sing Love is Here to Stay.
It's very clear our love is here to stay, not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time they'll go. My dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble, they're only made of clay. But our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble, they're only made of clay. But our love is here. Our love is here.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Well, we've got one more for you. Is that okay? Okay, good. Good. Well, love makes its motion for sure, and then it's here to stay. And then it's when it's all said and done, love just has to face the music and dance, doesn't it? Let's Face the Music and Dance is a song written in 1936 by Irving Berlin for the film Follow the Fleet, where it was introduced by Fred Astaire and featured in a celebrated dance duet with Astaire and Ginger Rogers again. The jazz song has also been covered by various artists following its release, including Nat King Cole, Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, Mel Torme, Todd Gordon, and many others. Recently, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga's rendition of Berlin's Let's Face the Music and Dance reached #1 on the charts all the way back to 2014, so it made a revival. This version was also nominated and went on to win a Grammy Award for the Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. Well, Let's Face the Music and Dance, a great closer. Eddie Irving going to come up and sing it for us. Come on, Eddie. Let's face the music and dance. Thank you so much.
be trouble ahead. But while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance. Before the fiddlers have fled, before they ask us to pay the bill, and while we still have the chance, face the music and dance. Soon we'll be without the moon, humming a different tune, and then there may be teardrops to shed. But while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, face that music and dance. Before the fiddlers have fled, before they ask us to come and pay the bill, and while we still have got that chance, face the music and dance. Soon we'll be without the moon, humming a different tune, and then there may be teardrops to shed. But while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance, dance. Let's face the music. I love that music. Why not face that music and dance?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for being here this evening. We have so enjoyed having you as a wonderful and gracious audience. We've so enjoyed presenting this music tonight. We hope that you've had a good time and enjoyed the night. But more than that, we hope that you have sensed our sincerest invitation to know more about what it is we do and why we do it. We love playing music. I hope you can see that. We had so much fun. But our ultimate goal is to use our music to glorify the Lord. Most of these folks that you see up here lead worship every single Sunday in our orchestra, and they would love for you to come and be a part of our worship. If you don't have a church home, we would love for you to consider coming back on a Sunday, because in coming to our church, not a perfect church, but this church, you will be introduced to Jesus. In fact, when it comes to the notion of love, the motion of love, Jesus made the first move. The Bible says that God so loved the world that he sent his son. The Bible also says that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. For those who put their faith and trust in him, who believe God's word, we know that we love him because he first loved us. God made the first move to provide salvation for us through his son Jesus. And I would love to talk to you more about that if you would like. Come and see me. On behalf of our entire band and all of our singers, thank you again for coming. Would you thank them one more time? Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is a labor of love, and we'd love to invite you to come back and see us on Sunday. We love you. Have a good night. You're dismissed.